Welcome to Stamford Bridge, where it's a 1-0 defeat for Norwich as the slow slide back to the Championship continues. Chelsea totally deserving of their win tonight, nearly 70% of possession, 22 shots at goal. The deciding moment, Olivier Giroud just before half-time, got goal-side of Tim Closer, managed to power a header from a Christian Pulisic cross from the left, past Tim Krul from close range, but it should have been more. We won't go over that too much because frankly, Norwich probably would have taken a 1-0 defeat if it was offered to them ahead of kick-off in the circumstances. But what that does mean is that the club record is sealed. 8 consecutive league defeats, a pretty grim record to be taking back to the Championship with them. They clung on. They did show a bit more defensive organisation, at least, I think, today. Tim Closer and Ben Godfrey did get through plenty of good work, a few shaky moments for both. Generally, set pieces were better, and wow, Willian can really whip in a brilliant corner, but they just about survived those. There was Kurt Zouma and Giroud both had chances to wrap it up from set pieces but couldn't take advantage. Tim Krul made a good save from a Willian free kick as well, and one in the first half, particularly from Pulisic, which he tipped onto his bar. We all know how well Tim Krul's done this year. There's no shame in his performances. We'll probably, I think it's this week that we'll learn who's won Player of the Season ahead of the Burnley game. We'll all be shocked if that's not Tim Krul, won't we? But yes, it just continues the narrative, really. They were already relegated on Saturday, so we didn't travel here in particular hope of anything. Chelsea have 5 England players on the bench, for example, so they were dominant as you would expect. They really needed these 3 points with Leicester and Manchester United chasing them hard for those final 2 Champions League places. So I guess the tension maybe got to them a little bit. Wouldn't say we saw Norwich play with freedom because they've seen their relegation fate already sealed. It was more that they tried to be compact. They went back to the 4-5-1 shape. They made 4 changes for the game. Josip Dermot started up front. Kenny McLean was back in midfield with Lucas Rupp, and Todd Cantwell got the start ahead of Emi Buendia, and it was generally more solid, but you could just see the difference in class, really, and the difference in confidence. Norwich's confidence just isn't there at the moment, and they want the season to be over. They want to be turning attentions to the future, and we heard from Stuart Webber, of course, ahead of the game. That's clearly what the club want to do as soon as possible. They want to turn the page, but they've got to continue at least showing this kind of organisation and defensive commitment. It wasn't easy. Dermot ran for certainly the first 20-25 minutes, then maybe sort of lost his enthusiasm for that closing down because he was chasing shadows a lot, and that is a hard shift as a striker when you're not getting many opportunities to do anything with the ball. It's just trying to make it stick, trying to hold up play, trying to win headers up against 2 very big defenders in Rudiger and Zouma. And we weren't expecting any positives from this tonight, and there aren't any, to be perfectly honest. So to build on this, I guess those 4 changes were with Burnley in mind on Saturday, because that is the more winnable game. If Norwich to have any chance of winning this final 3, you'd have thought it's against Burnley, but you cannot even for a second think that you're going to get any easy points against Burnley. They are one of the most awkward sides to play against in the division. They fight hard for everything, and if Norwich don't even show this sort of minimum level of performance, then they'll probably lose that one as well before you even think about Manchester City. Let's not move on to that one until we have to. But yeah, another sorry chapter in this story, really. It is also continues Chelsea's long unbeaten run against Norwich, which stretches back to 1993. I think that's 20 games now. Norwich haven't won in London in the top flight for 21 games since that win at Tottenham in 2012, was it, when Elliot Bennett scored the goal. So yeah, behind closed doors football continues to be not much fun. Just give you a quick spin around an empty Stamford Bridge, because the way things are going, the club might not be back in these stadiums for a little while. Who knows? There's plenty of time to talk those things over and see how things change in the small break between this season and next season. But for now, it's an Olivier Giroud goal which has made the difference, continues Norwich's journey back to the Championship. Let us know what you thought of the game in the comments below, and we will catch up with you again on Saturday for that Burnley game.